Hello my loves and welcome back to another daily motivation. How are you doing? If you are new here, hi, this strange face is Katie. I am your virtual bestie. I am here every day showing on the internet. My 2025 goal is to build 1 million best friends. It might not happen anyway. It might take longer than a year and that's okay. But my goal is to build this year new friends by showing up every single day with consistency, love, good thoughts, positivity, education, mindset. We're just putting ourselves in a good mental space this year, and I'm just trying to build. It's like the conga, but we're on the internet and we're going in a positive direction. It's a weird analogy, but stick with me. So hi, I'm weird, you're fantastic. I'm showing up every single day to remind you that you can and why you can. So let's get into today. It is the 85,000th of January, right? It's the 28th. Oh, it's 21/22, the 21/28th. I like that number for me. It's been a long January, and I've spoken for 5 weeks now about goals, motivation, battle plans. We've talked about the project this month and everyone was like, yeah, Kate, we're getting into it. Motivation wanes when things become challenging, and for a lot of people, I know that January is Januaried for a lot of us this month. It has been a mood, it has been a moment, it has not been the one, it's been all of the things. And so when we start something new, it's really easy to get into yeah. But when the obstacles come, as they inevitably do, it's less. What about that? I'm looking at a mirror of myself there, and it's very difficult. Squirrel! It gets inevitably more difficult to stay focused on our goal. So I'm going to give you some tips today and a challenge for the next few days, and we're going to do this together, and we want to see how we perform. So firstly, if you've answered yes to this, if you've gone, crikey, yeah, I said, yeah, I was doing the things, I was all fired up, and then, my cat was sick, and my car broke down, and life's been challenging, and there's always housework, and my kids ate everything out my fridge. I'm just talking to me, this is just my problems. And, all my best intentions did not go to plan, and now I'm feeling really let down and deflated, and I don't know, it feels like when the plans fall by the wayside, it feels like the diet idea, I'll pick it back on Monday, I'll pick it back up on Monday, I'll pick it back up the 1st of February. Why? Firstly, why are you waiting to the new fresh beginning that you've decided is a new cornerstone? Because we started January, we were doing it and we are almost a month in, god damn it, of our project, of not giving up, of going after our goals, of dreaming of everything we want and working for it. So if you are someone who has fallen by the wayside, you're not where you want to be, you're not doing the things, we're going to do this together. First of all, we're going to be kind to ourselves. We're going to realise that sometimes we skip the page. Sometimes, in the best way in the world, we just have to put the page down. And we've talked about moving at our own speed and not giving up. And sometimes, okay, so you haven't watched my put one foot in front of the other video, go back and watch that. Very, very important. And it links beautifully for this. But also, even if you feel like you're getting nowhere, roots take time to build. We are 28 days down, which feels like a lot, but you could barely grow cress in 28 days, let's face it. So if you can't grow something from scratch in 28 days, why do you think that you should be the perfect form of yourself in 28 days? Why do you believe that in 28 days that you are going to completely overcome any mental challenges, any obstacles? You're going to learn something new. You're going to, be a new version of it. And we always want to strive to be the best thing that we can be for us, for our family, for the people we want to be there for. We want to be the best version of us, but that shit doesn't always work out. It doesn't always pan out. And it's been 28 days. It's been 4 weeks. 4 weeks. That's no time at all. Years ago, you couldn't even order stuff in the catalogue in 4 weeks. So let's just wind ourselves back in and let's just have a little word with ourselves. Roots take time. You are not failing. You are not failing to germinate. You're not having failure to thrive. What you are doing is putting roots down. And the longer the roots take, the stronger you're going to be when you grow. Bamboo takes years and years and years and years and years. Did you know that? I didn't know this a couple of years ago. It takes years and it does nothing. And people water it and water it and water it and water it and water it. And fuck all happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. And they're like, oh, my bamboo isn't growing. Ooh. And then it just sprouts. Overnight. Like magic. But the people who water the bamboo know that they have to water the bamboo with absolutely no reciprocality. They don't get a little beautiful little shoot. They don't get anything out the ground. They get no sign that it's working. Absolutely no indication that the bamboo is bambooing under the ground until And they've just got to trust the process. So I want you to remember, you are just putting down your roots right now. You are just getting comfy in your soil. It's been 4 weeks. We've had no time at all. And yes, we want all the things and we want 1,000 followers and what is that? The cat left a leaf or something. We want all the things. We want to be successful and we want everything to happen all at once. But it's okay if it hasn't. And I've got some tips for you. Here's what we're going to do. I talked about this the other day and I need to do a full video on this. But who has read or watched The Secret? And I said, I'm a big believer in the law of attraction, in minding my mind, and I try and watch my mindset and the vocality. And sometimes that's difficult. Sometimes when things are tough, you find that you're saying things and what you want doesn't match with what you're saying and what you're thinking. So we're going to try and line that up today. I saw the greatest YouTuber, and if I can find his name, I will find him down below. And basically, he was this fun comic who's kind of manifested reality by humble bragging the stuff he doesn't have. So he'd be like, yeah, it's really embarrassing. Like this ex-famous like TikTok user, she invited me out, but like, well, bro, it's so cringe because like she was just like desperate. She asked him out, and then he would joke about like Mr. Beast being really needy. He works for Mr. Beast now. And he's like manifested. I watched the video of somebody talking about him, and his reply next was, bro, that's so cringe. This is so awkward right now. And like he's manifested it by bringing in this, oh God, that's really awkward. You know, it's really, really embarrassing for me to talk about myself like this. And he's done it. And it's so amazing. And overnight, this young guy has become this kind of sensation in this corner of the internet where the people who are talking about him, like big celebrities, are just saying how cool he is. And it's just incredible. But when you talk internally, it makes a big difference. I'm going somewhere, I promise, friends. When you talk internally, it does make a big difference. For the next 3 days, I want you to have a think about the internal and the way that you speak of things. I heard something earlier that's beautiful. When an Olympic athlete is like running to do something, when they're going for that goal, what do you think their brain's doing? What their brain is telling them it's done. It's already done. They've achieved it. They are making their internal is there before it's their external. Before their external realities become a thing, they've decided it's already happened. They're not inside. They go, I'm not doing this. I'm going to fail. Oh my God, I'm going to fail. Oh my God, I'm going to trip up. They are giving themselves positive affirmation, self-talk in their brain to let them know that they are going to do it. They are actualizing what's about to happen. So think about that. Think about how footballers and athletes and people at the top of their career, how they actualise their life. They don't go into the biggest moments of their life, tell themselves, well, you're going to fail, you loser. They are going to, I've got this. So what I need you to do for the next 3 days is focus on internalising your reality. I want you to speak as if, like, if I can find the guy on YouTube, I'll find him because he's so funny. I want you to speak as if. I want you to talk as if what you want, you have. Things that you are grateful for, you have. The life that you want to live, you have. Be grateful for the things that you are going to have that are in your future as if you have it already. Don't talk as though don't push them into the future. Let's not be like, when I get them, let's talk to ourselves as if it has already happened. These things are yours. Because the theory is they already are, just in a different plane of the universe. That's why we can think of them. That's why we desire them, because somewhere in another version of us, they exist. And I love that. So what I want you to do is think about that. Think about how you speak to yourself. Are you speaking things into reality? Are you letting the universe know that that is where you are headed? Are you filling the universe with such blunt force positivity that it has no choice but to go, because apparently the brain doesn't know humour. So if you're telling the brain things like this comedian guy, it doesn't know what it's doing. It doesn't understand humour. So if you're telling it over and over again, and then I heard really something really interesting on that, because I'm a big believer in like manifesting and stuff, like I said. And then and it was a long YouTube I was listening to when I was cooking yesterday, I think it was, and it was something on the lines of, but if you're going to do this, Your outward conversations must match it. So it's all very well me having an internal and being positive and one thing, but then externally saying things like, oh my God, I'm so fed up, you know, money's really difficult and this is that and that's this and this relationship's crappy and I'm stressed out and tired. So all of a sudden I've said things that do not match with like the existence I want to speak into reality. Does that make sense? Are you on the same page? Please say yes. What I want to say is you've got to, for the next 3 days, mind what you're saying. Think about the life that you want. Speak as if it's happened. So comment down below. Tell me what your goals are. Tell me what objectives are for you. Tell me where you're going and tell me that you've already done it. I want you to speak as if. Tell me what tomorrow's like for you. Speak with gratitude. Speak as if everything you want, everything we are here to achieve, we have already achieved it. I have 1 million YouTube subscribers. I have 1 million people that I'm able to help on a daily basis who benefit from me and my chaotic wisdom coming forth. And because I believe I was sent into the world to do this not by Sky Daddy, but like by the universe, I am going to be able to set my boys up for life. I can set my boys up for life financially. I can give them homes. I'm going to worry about ever needing to provide for them. These are the words. So when I'm saying that in my head, and it sounds very good in my head, but then externally I'm saying things like, oh, we can't afford that till payday, and I need to check my bank account. Those things don't align. So we are going to be delulu for the next 3 days. We are going to try and watch what we say, match up. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, the next 3 days as well. We're going to try and match what's in here, and it's going to be a skill. We're going to take some practice and it's going to take some getting used to, but we can do it because we are the people who are making it happen this year, aren't we? Yes, we are, team. I heard you say yes, Kate. Well done. Congratulations. So we're going to do what it takes. We're going to learn positive self-talk. We're going to positive affirmations. We are going to speak this shiz into creation because it's going to happen and we've decided. So for the next 3 days, I want you to think about the way you're speaking to yourself. I want you to think about the way you're speaking about your goals. Think about the way that you're speaking about the things that you want. If you are pushing something away mentally, and I taught my friend this years ago and she loved it, when you say something negative, in that sentence with them, that's what I want and see how that feels. Oh, money's so tight at the minute and that's what I want. No, you don't. Oh, I'm having a really hard time with my kids and that's what I want. So in order to try and stop yourself, there comes times where things get difficult and we find that life's challenging, but to try and stop you from being overly negative, I want you to end those negative sentences with that's what I want and see how quick you can nip them in the bud. So I'll be back tomorrow with more of this nonsense because it's not nonsense, it's amazing, but I feel like I'm nonsense. But you know what I mean? We've been here for over a month together, friends. I think you've figured me out by now. Do not forget my 5-week self-love guide is free in my bio. If you're new here, you haven't picked it up, and I know you haven't picked it up because I'm getting hundreds of views, and I haven't had hundreds and hundreds of people take it yet. So it's yours, take it, it's free. I'll be back tomorrow with more of my craziness. For me, for now, good Lord. I've been me, I've been weird, you've been you, you've been amazing. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, loves.